Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Listen, just a quick video today because I want to make it official that the bear market is actually over. Now, what do I think? So there's really a lot of indicators telling me that the bear market is over, and I've been thinking about this for a while since we had this big pump here from roughly 16, 17 all the way up to 20, and then we kind of stalled around here at 21 for a little bit. I've been thinking, is this a bull flag? I mean, sorry, is this a bull trap? Is this real? It's just been really kind of bugging me for a while because I'll be honest, I was not expecting this. I was expecting this to kind of roll over and then continue its slide along the bottom here because it was a bit early. It was too early. However, the more I thought about it, the more sense it made because it wasn't completely artificial. I mean, it wasn't really. I mean, it was and it wasn't. This wasn't retail pushing up the price, believe you me. And we're going to talk about this as well. This was just whoever the whales are behind the scenes market makers. They moved the price up, and it wasn't retail. But why did they push it up so high, so fast, and why now? That's the big question that I want to answer today. And I'm going to tell you, it's really, really very simple. It's all the indicators are that the things have turned around. Now we've had a bunch of things going on that have really pushed us down throughout 2022. The main thing was obviously inflation. We had war in Ukraine and we had China zero COVID. Okay, so let's just really quickly go through these things. How many of these do actually remain? Inflation is definitely inflecting down. Okay, definitely we've seen a couple of consecutive months now inflecting down. So the Fed, they're going to be pretty happy with themselves. Okay, on the topic of the Fed, they have also started. They've reduced the rate hikes from 50 basis points to 25 basis points. So everybody, is now being really excited. Okay, finally, the pivot. It's not the real pivot, but it's it's a pivot in the rate of interest rate hikes. Okay, so that's the big, probably the biggest thing that happened. Okay, then inflation is going down. We're seeing unemployment going up, marginally, mostly in this overpaid tech sector and overhired sector. So that's another thing. And the other thing that we need to talk about is the zero COVID from China. That's probably the second biggest thing that happened is that has actually ended. So China at the end of 2022 was sometime in December just said, listen, can't handle this anymore. We're just gonna open up and whatever happens happens. Okay, and we've kind of all seen throughout 2022 in the West that since Omicron, COVID really hasn't been that big of a deal anymore. And China eventually decided, okay, that's it, fine, we're done with zero COVID, and they opened up. So that's the second huge thing that happened. And then the third thing is the war in Ukraine. Now that is still going on. However, there's a hiatus right now. There's not much going on. It's winter. Everybody's just kind of, sitting in their trenches. There's a bit of shooting going around Bakhmut and some of the other smaller villages around there. But there's nothing else really going on. So it's kind of gone a little bit to every background of people's minds. The other thing that also happened in Europe, we have had the warmest winter I can remember on record. Now I'm 40 plus years, okay, and I've never seen these spring flowers coming up on the 6th of January, which I have seen around the area here where I live, and I've seen flowers blooming. I've seen trees blooming, like leaves starting to buds starting to come out, and I was like, hey guys, it's the 6th of January, and we haven't really had more than minus a couple of degrees at all. I had to scrape the car probably 3 times this entire winter, and it's the end of January nearly. It's 24th of January. This is unheard of. So in terms of gas prices, they have been down as well because this must have been the warmest winter in Europe has ever had. I think the cold kind of moved towards kind of Ireland and Great Britain and that sort of side of Europe, but the main Europe was incredibly warm this winter. It's just unbelievable. So it's just everything really has come together to create this perfect little conditions for this bull run. And now, obviously, it's not us. It's not retail traders that are creating these prices. These are the market makers. And the reason I want to tell you that is because the one thing I want to show is the things that people don't really look at. It's the order book right here. So I want to show you something, point out something really, really important. Okay, we have on the sell side, we have 1,048 Bitcoin. On the other side, we have 39 million, well, essentially $40 million. So that's the order book. How much of this money do you guys think is retail money? I'm going to tell you, it's probably less than 1%. Well, the way we trade this journey, we don't use even like a order book. We just put market orders anyway. We just, or we do a limit order that we want filled straight away. So we put a limit order in between here by ourselves, just very close to where the prices are actually being traded. We don't really fill up this side and we don't really fill up this side much, okay? Just regular retail traders. All this other stuff, it's really just market makers, okay? And they can move the price whichever way they want as long as the volume of retail traders is low. So if I've got a small order here, small order here, small order here, a little order here, here, we can see that the price that actually we're looking at here is goes between 23,000 all the way up to 23.8, and then we go from 23 down all the way to 22.3. Do you guys think you need $40 million to move the price? Heck no. To move it down here, no. Do you think you need 1,000 Bitcoin to move it from 23 to 23.8? Hell no, because all these orders are controlled by micro makers, and they can just move the price within minutes essentially. And they just do these fake orders because they have they're on buy and on sell side. It's the same, guys. It's called wash trading. Okay, it's illegal, but it's done. Okay, it's scripted, it's not regulated. So they can just move the price and then just gobble up the few little kind of actual retail orders in between here. And when you see those fast price movements like we've seen here, why do they do it fast? Because then the retail hasn't got time to react. So they just buy and sell between each other, and they can move the price real cheaply, and then they can hold it there. Okay, surely some retail is going to come in, they're going to sell if the price goes up, or some retail is going to come in and buy if the price goes down. But they can just then use those little price gyrations to kind of shake them out as well if they want to, or they can make money on the back end somewhere else. They can have a hedge trade somewhere else, and they can make money on that. So the one thing that you need to realize is this is completely 100% well controlled. Definitely right now, because there aren't many retail traders anyway. They control the price, and they can just do all sorts of tricks and make money on all sorts of sides of the price going up or down. Doesn't matter. They can make money either way, because they essentially decide what the price is going to be. So the other thing is technicals. Okay, so you see this formation here, just dump down, consolidation, and then quick pump. This is really important. Why does the pump have to be quick? So nobody has time to buy at these prices as the price goes up. And what we're seeing right now here is called a disbelief rally. We've seen this before. I'm going to show you the situation we saw back in 2018. Sorry, it was actually early 2019. So we're just going to change to a three-day chart here. Turn on auto and go back in time, and you're going to see the exact same formation we see here. So this is 2018 November. We had the big flush down. We held at the 6K level for a long time. It broke down, and then we're consolidating. But we were consolidating for much longer than this time. So this consolidation lasted from, what do we even want to call consolidation? Like maybe here to here. Okay, so this was 128 days. Okay, whereas this one was much shorter. That's why it kind of surprised me. I was expecting it to be roughly the same. I mean, roughly, obviously it's never exactly the same, but the conditions kind of got ahead of this time. So because everything improved so much on the fundamental side, technical is just going to shorten this duration and then pumped up. But you see the way it pumped up really quickly, the exact same way it happened here. It never gave you a chance to come back in here, So the price went from essentially 4 all the way to 5 in no time at all. Okay, 3 days, and they never really got a chance to get back in. And that's how you know the trend has reversed. Because as the price goes down, it gyrates up and down and up and up. And you see you bought here, he came back, he had the same opportunity again, and the same opportunity again, and the same opportunity again, and again, and again, and again, until you got flushed, okay? Whereas here, you're not getting the opportunity, it just goes up. Well, this was a weird one, but like, it really, once it goes into bull market, it can really go up fast, and it does that to prevent people from buying at lower prices, so they have to buy at higher prices. These guys are buying down here. They're just selling to you guys now. They just artificially move the price up, and then they're selling to you guys here, the coins that they bought down here. You gotta understand, this for them is just a slider that they move up and down. They can do whatever the heck they want because they have the big volume. And everything goes here inside the order book, okay? This is what moves the price. It's the order book, it's the market makers, it's not you, it's not the retail. You can affect it a little bit, but you're like, you have a pellet gun, and these guys have tanks, so there's no competition. They just do whatever the heck they want, and when the conditions are right, they make the move. And they took the move on the biggest. Well, no, we had the photo later on, but no, that was no, never mind that. No, that was the other thing I want to show you. So the difference in length. So this is 128 days. If we go back to current days, current time, let's turn off auto and just zoom in a little bit, like so, and let's measure this. Get the measuring tape, and we want to measure maybe here to here. So see, that was only 62 days. It was much shorter. So this was the kind of the Terra. No, not the Terra Luna. That was the Terra Luna. Was it back in June? Or was this the Terra Luna? No, May. May was the Terra Luna. Can't remember what the heck this was. I think this was the Fed minutes. No, wait, that was the Fed minutes. Oh gosh, there was so much crap anyway. I should really kind of put the labels everywhere. But this was the FTX crash. Okay, and then since the FTX is apparently going to reopen now, can you guys believe that? Everything just shot. It was just everything came together perfectly. So that's what I'm telling you guys. This thing is real. This isn't fake. This is not going to retrace back down. You're not ever going to see 17,000 again. I don't think so, unless something really huge fundamentally happens. But everything's gone. Even the Grayscale fund is gone. They're gone into bankruptcy, which means it's all controlled now. There are not going to be any surprises for a long time. I'm telling you, the conditions are absolutely 100% perfect right now for this bull run. This could last a few months. This could last, well, it depends. We have the Fed meeting coming up soon. So that could put a break on this thing. But just between when this thing started and the Fed meeting, which I think is early February, so this started when? On the 10th of January. It was just gave this perfect opportunity for them to pump the price. And they're just selling you the coins here that they bought down here. They're just making profit all the way up. But I do believe this has been the bottom according to all metrics imaginable, all the moving averages, everything. This is just fundamentals, timing, everything is perfect. The S&P 500 has made a breakthrough as well. Bitcoin's made a breakthrough. Everything is perfect, guys. This is it. This is the bottom. Unless something massive happens. Now Russia, and Ukraine, that thing's going to come back to bite us probably, later on. A Fed could come back to bite us, but I don't think they will. Kind of the euro dollar thing is kind of evened out. Oil prices might go up a little bit because of China, but still, there's going to be still many other things going on. And you have to remember, the number one thing that controls the price is the dollar, is the America, and it's the Fed funds rate. And that is already near 5%. Yes, it's going to go up to roughly 5%, but we're going to see inflation continuing down. So as soon as we get the Fed funds rate above inflation, they're going to possibly be able then to pivot and then start dropping the funds rate. So even if they hold throughout the next couple of quarters, it doesn't matter because you have to remember the market is forward-looking 3 to 6 months always, and they're already in the summer of 2023, and they don't see any issues between now and the summer. Everything is looking very predictable, much better than before, and it's just it's a good time to do trades again because there's not going to be market makers trying to liquidate people and take stop losses. It's going to be much better. I'm seeing much more success on the trades as well recently, much more than before. It was a nightmare. Everything got stop hunted because that's how they're making money off you. Now it's a different sort of plan. It's a different game plan that they're playing, and they're pumping the prices and they're selling you tokens they bought down here. They accumulated, so that's how they're making money. You guys can kind of tag along and make money as well. All right, so I think I covered everything. Hopefully you found this useful. If you did, drop a like, drop subscribe, and hopefully we can all take advantage of this bull run. But don't think it's going to last forever, so just be careful. There's many strategies you can use to make money, but always keep your ear to the ground because things can change in an instant. But right now they are looking the best I've seen them in the last 12 months for sure. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.